benefits of being in our ETA community is that you get special things like this. Last month, they did a personal branding challenge, and everyone who finished actually received an Instagram audit from our media team. So you actually get to have an inside look of exactly what that looks like and get some tactical feedback for your own brand and exactly how to grow and scale on social media. So let's get into the video.
So to jump into this, we noticed that there was something that you guys, all 8 of you guys actually had a problem with this, and it's not a bad thing. We really want to be able to stress this point because this is kind of gonna make or break like the first 5 seconds that someone goes on your page. All right, it is your bio. Some of you guys have things in your bio that really are completely unnecessary. Some of you guys don't have anything at all. It's called optimizing. We want to optimize it so whenever someone goes on your social media page, the first thing that they see is your bio. But if they read the bio and it says
family of 3,
like really good husband, yeah. I love sports, right? Like cool, right? Nobody really cares, honestly, you know. But the first thing, because you guys are building your personal brands, you guys are selling yourselves. You're not selling your service. Yep. Okay. So because you guys are selling yourselves, when people go on your page, your first line, make sure you guys are writing this down. Your first line, you want it to be who you guys help and how you help them. The second line is more than likely going to be their achievements, their accolades, kind of what they're known for. I'm sure if you go on Andy's page, or let's say the Macklin Twins page, they have this as well. People say, I've worked with X amount of businesses, right? I know you guys are into fitness and leadership coaching. You guys can say, I transformed over 100 plus people, right? 100 plus people lost 20 pounds in their first 60 days, whatever it may be. All right, what is your accolade? Why should people trust you and say, okay, they say that they did this, okay, I'm gonna trust them, okay?
Yeah, and it actually, and touching on that point real quick, it's obvious, I'm sure you guys have heard it thousands of times, right? But it's moral authority. Like, I mean, Dakar and I were talking about this, it's like you have to make sure that like whenever somebody sees you, because you've built so not only a big following, but a big influence, like if someone sees you in public, they want to be like, oh, like scared to talk to you.
Yeah, and we saw it with Tommy too, because not too long ago we actually went to Atlanta. Paul Espinoza, he's the owner of cashswipe.com. He went to his event in Atlanta. I was there filming, and I can tell you, I believe there was 100 people there. Half of them at least came up to Tommy. I saw I have it on video. They're shaking, you know, they're a little bit nervous, right? They're asking for photos. But to know that the moral authority that you're building can draw that out of people. That's gonna be the second to third line that you guys put. So whatever you guys decide to put there, you know, really make it impactful. Then the last one, and this one is probably the most important because it's gonna say a lot about how someone can get in contact with you. Or 2, just a you know, something that you want to give them. Maybe it's free value, but a call to action, a funnel, maybe to an application, maybe to a video, a free training that you have them, website or something, and also free value. That's a big one that I put in your guys' list, because understanding the importance of free value, right? You guys know over deliver, right? You say you're gonna do one thing, then you over deliver that. So for people getting the information in your bio, you got a free training in the link in your bio that I can go to you know, and it's real value. Don't downplay it, okay? Give them an actual video of real value that they can implement, but make sure to leave a little bit out. So as soon as they go on your content, they're like, okay, I know there's a little bit more that I can receive from these guys, so let me fill out that application. Let me contact them. Let me see if there's a little more I can get out of them. Let me see if they can help me. But one thing that you should change is gonna be in your bio. All right, that first line needs to be a little bit more precise. I know it says, I help Christians lead with purpose. It's really good, it's really broad, but we want to niche it down a little bit, okay?
So the more specific you can be, the more people you're going to attract, because they're going to feel like you're talking to them. Then once you get all these results, you get all this momentum, boom, then you can branch out and have a bigger like audience. But right now you need to get specific, because so like for example, if I was looking for someone to train me, right, as a woman, I would be looking for someone who has, I help women over 30 lose 5 to 10 pounds in 90 days. I'm like, oh, well, she's gonna give me exactly what I want. Like, I'm not gonna go with the person like, oh, I help women lose weight. Yeah. I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah. Like, I don't know what that results that's gonna give me. When you guys are just starting out, you have to build a vertical somewhere and then lean in on that super hard, and then you can expand and broaden your audience.
Yeah, exactly. And we like to use other people's social medias as examples and feedback, right? Like, ignore your page for a second. When you go on Andy's page, would you want to buy from him based on his bio? When you go on Tommy's page, would you want to buy from him based on his bio? Yeah, why? It's not because of the link that he has in there. It's not because he's faith-driven. It's because he's telling you exactly what he does, who he helps, and how he can help you. I realized you're using 5 lines, and the reason why I point that out is because after 4 lines, that's when Instagram cuts it off, and people need to go on your page and say more to figure out what else is on your page. All right, so we want to make it as easy for the viewer as possible whenever they go on our social media page. We don't want to give them extra work, right? We don't want them clicking on another link to figure out exactly what you do. We don't want them clicking more to figure out more about you, okay? So let's keep it 4 lines or less, okay?
And so that 4th line should be to click the link in the bio, basically. That 4th line.
Specifically for you, because I saw exactly what you did, I definitely recommend you give them free value on exactly what you offer, okay? Yeah. And that'll look like a good PDF, that'll look like a YouTube video, so something that'll get them engaged for sure.
What if you're just starting out and you don't have any proof yet that you have helped people? What do you put for the second line? So that's a great question. So honestly, because if you don't have any, like, let's say if you don't really have any results yet, technically, you really want to share what you're good at, or just anything that you're trying to push. I mean, even if you're not good at it yet, right? Like, still, you're building that like this persona, this new
authentic.
you. Yeah, yes. Exactly. You're building this
I'm
new
a mom figuring it out. So many moms can relate to that. Like, oh, just a mom trying to figure it out. Because you're a serial entrepreneur, just a serial entrepreneur mom trying to figure things out. Why don't you join me for the journey? Boom.
Exactly.
Yes.
At least,
yeah. Her example is really relatable. But right here we actually didn't say it, but skill set. Okay, that was
that too.
Yeah, or like anything you're good at.
Right, for sure. Skill set.
We want more of your story in you. We see that you clearly have, exactly what you do, but we don't really know who you are yet. So if it's just something that you can like express about you, like how did you even get into dog trading? Why should people trust you? Why should people trust you with their dog? Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and guys, this is something that all of you guys can take down, okay? It's called your brand story. All right, write that down, brand story. Your brand story is going to be why you do, what you do, what got you started into doing what you're doing, background story or whatever it may be, right? What encouraged you to jump into whatever it is that you do, right? Why do you help people? In terms of branding, not the content, but in terms of branding, that is going to be the one thing that you as an individual can uniquely hold on to. Tommy, if you guys can guess Tommy's brand story, I'm sure you can. Tommy's brand story is drug addict for 16 years, put him and Sierra through hell.
4 overdoses.
4 overdoses. Not even the actual events that took place, but the person that he became going down, and then the person that he is now coming up. It's the brand story, and like I said, it's the main thing that you guys can grab onto that is uniquely yours, aside from the content, okay? Because everyone's content can look the exact same, but the story is always going to be different.
Yes. Jessica, first, your name, your bio, profile picture. Your name, we deemed bad. Bio, we also deemed bad. You don't have a bio. And then profile picture, actually, we thought was really good. The things we really liked that you were doing is the consistency, of course. You were posting quite frequently, and the content you were putting out was actually kind of quite fun. Yeah. It looked fun, and it looked pretty uplifting. The biggest thing though, and this is with a few others as well, and people's pages, is like the goal or the message. So like we kind of take a look at the page. What's the goal and purpose for this page, right?
I really, really admire your step, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't really take the step to go all out and make real organic content. That is,
he's dragging me right now.
That is, yeah. It's good though, because a lot of people put on a front, right? Like it's, you stand in front of a professionally grade cinema camera, and they get all, they try to act, right? A lot of people think that social media is acting, and it shouldn't be, right? Your personal brand should not be acting. So the fact that you go out and you post, real situations with your children, I see the farms, your fitness journey, right? I mean, the only thing that I will say is jumping onto trends. The organic space on social media alone is the biggest space right now when it comes to building a community and building connections with your audience.
And just some advice within the content too for what you're doing, right? And also, this is like, everyone can take notes on this, taking long videos and clipping them.
Yes.
I mean, it seems super obvious, right? To get that much content easier, faster, is if you record something in a long, like an hour or something like that.
And something that you all actually have right now that I saw, those live streams, I saw you guys just posted a straight hour. And I said, all of you guys can take this off your page and chop it up into 30 seconds each. And you're probably gonna have over 100, 150 pieces of content that you can stretch out over months. It will last you. So that means you guys can focus a lot more less on content creation and more on your guys' skill set and businesses. Okay?
Exactly.
We definitely recommend finding a way to get long form film probably once a week. Maybe once every 2 weeks. There are a lot of AI apps or AI softwares, and you can just throw in your guys' content, and it'll spit out 30-second reels for you.
And
Can you give us an example of like what those would be?
A good one, a really good one. I actually used a while ago was Opus Pro.
That's what
so
it was.
Opus, it's called Opus Pro or Opus Clip.
And then another one which is really big is going to be Captions.
Captions.ai. That's the
Captions.ai,
website.
Yeah. I really recommend you posting a lot more of your gym content. Like we said, it'll really attach moral authority to your name. It's the fact that you are going out and you're proving to people that you're doing it yourself.
Oh, something else I want to add. What is your bait? And ask yourself this, like, what is it about you that is going to make people more attracted to your lifestyle, what it is that you have, what it is that you want, right? So think about Andy, right? What is his bait? Number one, his physique, right? His physique is a bait. His lifestyle is a bait. His team is a bait. His business is a bait. All these things that he has as a bait. His relationship is a bait, right? The people that are super influential have all these things that people like get hooked on, literally. That's all that it is. Okay, so for example, Thomas, what do people, his authority, his body, his mindset, he has all this bait as well.
Let's go over the production. Okay, you're filming and editing. Specifically, you're filming. Whenever you're filming, I notice that you're very close to the camera. Let's back up a little bit, give them some space. When people are really close, they can't really see much of what's going on. Okay, they may see your head, but they can't see your hands. Okay, the hands are a really good indicator of authority. Him and I right now, put your hands to your side. If you see him and I right now, if he's standing like this and I'm standing like this, who looks like the authority figure? But now I put my hands down and he gets in the authority stance. In terms of influence, who looks like they have the room right now? This is called the influence zone. Okay, it's from the top of your belly button all the way up to your eyes. Your hands move in this area. The hands are a really big communicator. It's less of what you say, more of your tone and what you do with your body language.
I mean, I also, this can be one more kind of tactical thing you guys can write down with content. It's something called hook layering. I mean, like this is the very beginning of the video. It's basically a caption, a visual, and the audio. You're throwing the viewer with a ton of things subconsciously. They don't even think about it. Like we can look at Andy's page, you know, like there's a caption, you're seeing something that's like outlandish. You're like, 6-pack or you're fired. Like, what? And then he's saying like, if you don't have a 6-pack, you don't work for us. Yeah. And then you're seeing him, and then you see him with like tight shorts.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. You see him standing here like this with the short shorts.
And like the screen's like moving in slowly. Like there's a lot of little things going on.
And for your content as well, what I want you guys all to focus on are thumbnails. Okay, thumbnails are really important. What we do is we set the thumbnail in the beginning of the video live, so people can either see it or it'll be there for a split second.
Yeah.
Because
that's what Andy does too.
Yeah. Because what it does, it's called a visual hook. All right, so if they're not on your content and they're on your page, because dude, I just see a lot of pictures of you, and you're wearing your hat and smiling. I see you got a Christmas hat on, you in the gym, right? Like, but I don't know what these videos are about. Okay, if you go on Tommy's page, you'll see a clever line, a clever caption, something that'll capture people's attention, but very briefly kind of give them an idea of what the video is going to be about, right?
Yep.
Like Andy's 6-pack or you're fired. People see that, they're like, bro, what are you talking about? Right? And they click on it, okay? And there's many different ways you can do it. I recommend using either Instagram and their already formatted text that they have in there. Make it look nice, make it look bold, get people's attention. Or use Canva. Just grab like a screen grab of yourself from the video, throw the Canva overlay on there, grab a template, and then post it. Like, if as long as it's consistent, people need to know what the video is about. All right, they're not going to click on it if they just see a photo of you. Okay.
And one thing I want to touch on, guys, and this is obviously it's for everybody, and it's something that actually we started to dive into, which was like the production of the content. Okay, are you pulling out your phone? Are you pulling out like a crazy big camera or a camera you have, anything you have, right? Sierra just got a Insta360, and it's like a little GoPro almost. It's super easy. All you have to do is just click a button to record and place it, right? And it's good quality. It's about making it as easy as possible it is for yourself right now. I mean, like, making content and building a brand is hard.
So what I would say when it comes to the consistency of all forms of content on social media, your reels, especially because you guys are just starting out, don't post 2-3 times a day. Please don't. Give your page some time to roast and you know, get people looking at it. Okay, 1 time a day is totally fine. For stories, the stories play a really big part, because the stories is what you're going to be utilizing for people to continue to build that community with you, build that relationship with you. It's more about promoting and showing people of yourself. If you guys go to the gym, whenever you guys go to the gym, post yourself in the gym every single day. Put a good caption. Put a motivating or inspirational caption. I'm a huge Christian. I'm a huge follower of Christ. I go to the gym and I post, you know, one that I did the other day. I said, pray, believe, and receive. And then I said, this is a gift from God. That's really gonna wrap it up for what we have for all of you. I really want you guys to truly think about what it is that you're gonna provide. All right, I know in the beginning of a content, you know, journey and process, it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna fall a lot. You're gonna put hard work in a video, you're gonna put hard work in a concept, and it's not gonna do anything. It happens to everybody, okay? You're going to do that. If you don't go through that and your video blows up immediately, then you probably sold your soul or something, okay? So we really wanna make sure that we can keep the consistency, stay humble, and understand that this is going to be a part of the process.
Exactly, it's super hard. Give it literally, say if you're posting consistently, like maybe be like every day, every other day, give it literally 90 days and see where it's at. See your views. Your views are gonna grow. Like, you're gonna grow if you're doing the work and you're actually putting in time into your brand and what you're doing. You're gonna grow. And stick to your persona too. I mean, think of it almost as a game. I mean, this is literally just a game that you have to play, right? And maybe the game is just being yourself, right? But it's still a game.